Welcome to the April 25th budget hearing. First up is Park and Rec. Brooke Whitmire, appreciate you coming. We'll be on page 73. You gotta turn your mic on, can't hear you.
Although we're not going through payroll right now, the commissioners do have the changes that you wanted to have on as far as the titles.
Yeah.
Operations supervisor, programs coordinator, athletic attendant, that we made all those changes that you,
Okay.
that they have that on their copy.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm assuming that these two full-time positions, two part, we have that already.
Yeah, that's just me sort of giving a little detail of, because that's, you know, a larger number than all the other singular line items, and that's just me pointing out that that does include, in that one line item, it includes several positions.
Gotcha. Okay, we got that. Good deal. Okay. I'm good with starting on the expenses.
All right, first question, Randy. Garbage pickup.
That's the waste management and the portable.
Well, I understand, but right now, we're actually at $2,439, and you put $1,840 in there. I mean, I'm glad you came down, but
Well,
that ain't trend.
we're splitting it between that and the horse right now.
Okay.
Horse rent is gonna be sharing, since they got two down there, and we do have two, correct, Brooke, still down there, with horse rent and two portables?
The porta toilets?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll share that with the horse arena, unless y'all wanna do
But now,
otherwise.
you know, the horse arena don't use those porta johns. They're there for the walking trail.
Yeah, and then we also have our cross-country season
Yeah.
down there too.
You do, what, 75-25, something like that?
I mean, I don't care. I just want to make sure you know that the horse arena don't use them, that they're there for the walking trails.
Well, I mean, it's in a line item. You might as well just put them all up there so we can keep up with it.
I can do that.
Garbage pickup.
Well, I was going to mention, with the garbage pickup as
waste
well,
management, portable.
if we could get a larger bin
Garbage
for
pickup.
behind the rec center.
Garbage pickup, it says portable right on it.
No, we
Do
can-
what? I couldn't
We
hear.
can do that, we can put it all up there at the rec.
Well, you might as well, because I mean, it's in the same category, so we might as well just put it all in there.
Okay, now Brooke was mentioned, she actually needs a larger dumpster up there.
She does, because I met them this morning coming out with that trailer, and that dumpster will not hold what they had on that trailer this morning from,
Yeah,
they picked up over the
It,
weekend.
it had been on my mind, and it, you know, recently, the past like month, we've picked back up into our tournaments, you know, baseball, softball season, and this past weekend, we had a basketball tournament combined with a softball, baseball tournament outside on the fields.
You know what size you got?
She got a 4-yard container right now, that's the biggest you can get, unless you,
No, I think you can get a 8, isn't it?
no. This is one, the big square one with the side doors on it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Now, you know, we might look into getting a container there. How much is that costing us? How much is just our garbage is costing us a month?
Oh, I'd have to look, I got the portables in there.
I would guess somewhere around 75, 80.
I wouldn't think any more than that, we're getting a pretty good deal on the one at the rec department.
We can get a container,
Well, can you not get it picked up twice a week during certain times of the
We
year?
can ask, but they charge us. We'd have to maybe talk to them about making it, a regular occurrence, because right now, if we call and ask them for an extra pickup, they charge us like, I want to say it's like $350.
I think you can get them like twice a week.
on a
Call them and find out.
On a one-time pickup per week with, that bunch out of stadium for that size container is $125 a month.
Larger.
That's picked up once a week.
You know,
I thought we might get a 20-yard container.
you know, like when you're remodeling a house,
They
keeping it
park
up there every
somewhere,
month.
put the traffic, you park it out here, we'll put that wood at.
No, that become a public dumpster.
Yeah.
public dump and
Animal.
animals and wind, everywhere.
Well, I guess we'll find out if we can, maybe,
I think we need more than
Right there.
$1,840.
her,
Oh, here,
Um,
let me check.
yeah, just
Harper's on
check,
page
see if we can
64.
get two. If not, we may check with a roll-off. Because I don't think that thing fills up in the wintertime though, does it?
Not as much, no, but as we're, like, we have a busy basketball day, like through January, when we have a lot of games there on Saturdays, it gets pretty full, depending on what projects we have going on, if we're doing any kind of like demolition, or pulling stuff out, it does kind of go, and they're pretty strict about if it's full, if there's one little bag that's sitting on, over the top of the thing.
They'll leave it.
there's Fees and stuff associated with it.
Well, I think we can find another company if they get that picky.
I mean, they really do.
They are.
Well, I had to switch companies because they got picky about that, and you
I think
can't.
we need to change that number to $3,300 anyway, so. Trend 32 feet. Excuse me.
We'll just put it all. I
don't think it's gonna be no cheaper to you.
Come up with on.
Let's change it to 3 and then find out what they, did you hear that, Randy?
I did, change it.
3,000,
Then we'll adjust
and
it.
then find out, and we'll adjust it up and down from there.
Okay.
Anybody got anything on repairs and maintenance? That'd be 74. That'd be about half down, garbage pickup.
I changed tires and tube $1,200. We ain't spent over 9 in the last 2 years.
I put it at 900.
I can go with that.
You gonna go 1,000 though to give them a little buffer?
Yeah, we'll go with
What
that.
about how does she stand on her tires now?
On our tires now, this coming year, so we're gonna have to replace some.
Not this year?
Not in the next couple months, but maybe by the end of the year, this time next year, where we're gonna have to replace some tires. We've got
Welcome,
the
folks.
two, Gators that we have. They're new to us, but otherwise used
Right.
Gators, that had some, wear on the current tires. So those will need to, I'll have some of those coming up that need to be replaced. And we also try to keep a spare or so around for the Skags, because we just never know, bumpy on the hills, hit a rock, what could happen. So that way we try to keep a spare so around in case we just need to make a quick transition, so that way we can keep mowing.
I think we'd be safe with 1,000 there.
Well, looking at it, I would think from what they used before and what they're doing now, 1,000 should be fine.
All right, anybody got anything on building maintenance? All right, go over the rec field maintenance. I know we're gonna add some more fields.
Yeah, that is a pretty approximate amount right now, because we do currently have an RFP out with some different options, which will end, I think, the second week in May or so. That approximate number is just going off of what we have had for the past few years. Depending on what comes back with those proposals in the RFP, that number may change a little bit, but I assume it will stay somewhere in that range.
When are you supposed to have the RFPs
I
in?
want to say the date is May 18th, but don't quote me on that because it's not right in front of me.
It's sometime mid-May.
Yeah.
All right, vehicle and equipment. Correct me if I'm wrong, Randy, but I think we can buy that 72-inch deck out of Splost.
You can.
When I talked to Todd about that 72-inch, I told him that thing better not be out just cutting regular stuff. It needs to be strictly on them fields, because it's gonna,
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's what that one is for. There's a lot of the, just the wide open space that we have, like down around the horse arena area and some of the, the open fields and everything. That is 100% what that mower will be for.
okay.
And the 72-inch, that was 15,409, 15,409, that was your lowest that you got there? So we need to reduce that by 15.
The trend on that vehicle equipment's 6,900. Y'all wanna go 7?
Wait just a minute, Charles. Why is it so high this year?
We just went over it. Oh, why is it so high this year?
Right. I mean, we budgeted 2,000, we done spent 5,100. What got put in there to drive that up? I guess is what I'm at. And I'm not fussing, I just like to know what went in there.
Well, I just know from what we've got, we have bolstered our equipment in this past year. We've added, I believe, 2 new ATV vehicles, the 2 new Gators.
Okay.
We've
That's-
added,
That's all I need to
yeah,
know.
added a mower to, had to have upkeep on, I think our oldest Skag is a 2012, so it's got
It
some
should
years.
be off the record by now, so.
Do what?
I said, it'll be off the record before long.
Yeah, so there's just, some of our stuff is, luckily, we have taken care of it well enough to have it, our things that long, but, we've just had a few things crop up that need to be dealt
So
with.
if that being the case, Mr. Chairman, do you think we need to go to $6,000 or go back to,
We could go about 4,500.
that's what I got. down.
Because-
I got 4,000 what I put in.
Well, wait a minute, now, what have you done with the 17? That includes that deck
That
mower,
lawnmower coming out.
but that's coming out of
Coming
that.
out, coming out.
Yeah, we done agreed to take that out, Danny.
Zero turns coming out.
Okay.
45?
4,500.
I'll go with that.
Small equipment went up to 4,000. What, I mean,
The trend, still 2,800.
Yeah, the 4,000 includes more equipment. We need a couple of weed eaters, edger.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know if that's something that we would want to look at also,
Splosh.
just out of splosh.
But now,
What else? Yeah, let's do 20.
lost.
Not that.
now, I talked to Todd this morning.
Not that, like edgers and weed eaters and things like that. That ain't gonna go.
Do what, Randy?
We won't, you don't want to take that out of SPOS.
Okay. Well, she had it listed in there, so,
But I talked to Randy about the 2 trimmers and the edgers that they're wanting. And we got enough money left in this small equipment this year to go ahead and get those. So they're gonna
need
be
to
right
get
up.
some of it out of there,
So I'll go ahead and check on getting those.
at least $1,000 worth.
Yeah.
So you gonna cut back 3?
Yeah, let's go back to 3.
Go ahead and get
I will.
some, about
I'll take care
$1,000
of that.
worth out of it.
Okay.
Prison detail, they're getting that. I got a question mark on the travel, hotel costs, food, and mileage. You've got $312 spent so far, but you're requesting 3,000. Y'all expecting to go, are you expecting to go somewhere?
Yes, we have not gone to conferences and things the past 2 years.
Required?
Yes.
Keep certification.
I'm certified, Todd is certified, and Asia will have the opportunity to get certified at conference this year, and it is in Jekyll.
When is it?
No, it's the first week of November. And we also attend, sort of quarterly, at least twice a year, we'll go to workshops that also provide those CEUs as well. Typically, it doesn't require an overnight stay, but there is, potential travel expenses on that.
What y'all think? Leave it?
Well, it's,
I'd go back to 25 on it.
Y'all good 25?
Yeah.
I think 25 would be better.
Y'all wanna go to 12 on education and training?
I can do that.
General supplies, materials, that's about what's being spent.
I got a question on hand tools, Charles. We don't have anything in there, hadn't had anything, but we.
Wait a minute, I asked about general supplies, materials, are y'all good with that?
Yeah, that's the trend.
All right, go ahead.
On hand tool, we don't have anything in there. and we got some maintenance people now, do we need to put something in the hand tools so they can get something to work with?
Here?
Yeah.
Somehow or the other, in some previous years, hand tools just happen to get in there as far as just probably one particular item being purchased, like for $46 that you see here. Those hand tools can go in small equipment.
Yeah, I would say small equipment would be.
Okay, I figured that's where they ended up anyway.
All right, office lease, is the lease up this year? Because we don't have anything in it.
No, it needs to have something in it for sure.
I mean, I'd soon have nothing in it, but
We need a printer.
No, your equipment lease,
thought
what
that was the
kind of
printer.
copier do you have up there?
We have the Savin, it's the same printer scanner. We would like to keep that.
Yeah, we're looking at getting upgrading the same price, but a new machine. So that's not gonna change. That's gonna stay the same, for sure.
well, wait a minute. Yeah, Trend's 15, but
Yeah, 1562, go 1600.
have we designated where that printer back there is gonna go? The one that Tim brought?
The printer's going in Aaron and
Christie's office.
Christie's office, yeah. But theirs was gonna go.
Oh, that's just a printer. They need to be able to
Scan.
scan too. All it does is print. Doesn't copy, doesn't scan, doesn't do anything. What they have now does scan.
Yeah.
How much is it?
$1,600 a year.
Phew, lost that one. All right, uniforms, Trend is $15.98. Y'all wanna go 18? 16? Well, you do have a new employee, you gotta buy something for, so.
I would say 15, 16, something.
Well, yeah, Trend ain't even 15, it's above
Yeah.
15. I mean, I think the minimum you go is
We also
16.
need 140 per our 5 maintenance staff for shoes, just for their safety shoes. So it doesn't include anything else.
Let's go 1750.
Because the shoes that they got last year was still open, so I got them safe for, well, I would figure that that's the reason. They'll have to put it in the budget this year because I'm not going to get the safe for it. Big person runs
Water, the Trend is 1764. I know we got that new field, we may have to help a little bit some, but I came down to,
I put 2,500.
well, I thought about 25, but with that new field, I put 3.
I'd say 3.
Telephone went up, you getting taught a county phone?
Yeah.
Is that what?
I still got the Trent 40, about 4,200.
I know, but she's getting taught a phone because he's doing all that county stuff on his personal phone.
And that may be, I just wanted to cover just in case, the 200 may not be needed, because we might be able to get just a free, whatever phone is offered for free through our plan, but just in case, Aaron had said that that's about what they run if we do have to purchase one. But it may only just be that additional $60 to our line, just to have the line for the phone.
I think she can get a free phone, so if we just go $60 more a month, you'll make it 5.
Yeah.
All right, gasoline and diesel.
I raised it to 5,800 because the Trend 61 now.
Yeah, 61.33. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask why we got it 55. 5,800, I'm
Yeah.
good. Recreation equipment, we have nothing in there. We've
Yeah, I
been
was
spending
thinking that. I don't know.
73,000.
Recreation equipment that we had,
I definitely included it.
So page I'm looking at says 90,500.
Yeah.
Page I'm looking at has 0.
Zero, all the way across, straight line.
Because if you add 9 to that, and it makes it a total of 730,000, bottom.
Is that what the trend is?
no, I see what you got, 90,500.
Yeah.
1,800 in horse arena and special events, you got 6,000. Is that 6,000?
I ain't got none of that. Special events, horse arena, or rec equipment, either one.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it's-
then an
It's all
additional
empty.
computers too, 'cause I
There's
have,
actually,
Laptops, that's on
three
there.
different reports under recreation. That's why I was confused earlier.
Well, I only used the top one, the one that Randy.
Well,
I mean,
What do we-
Friends 97,576, but you say 95 is which?
90,500.
90,500.
On what?
Horse arena,
On the rec equipment.
that's the line that all of our uniforms.
Yeah.
The football helmets, any equipment, baseball, softballs, catching equipment.
Mhm.
If it goes into a youth sport, that's the
Where
line
you
that
get
it
it.
comes out of.
But we didn't have that.
No, we'll put 90,500 in there. 1,500 in the horse arena like we always do.
What do we need to do this year at the horse arena? Because boy, we've been,
What was that? Remember that water line busted? And water run in the creek for the water line going to the Boy Scout house?
For a while. It
Yeah,
run creek.
it run for a while.
how many horse events did they have there?
About 9.
We're gonna put 15 on it? But-
Like it was last year.
1,500.
And then we'll look at it. yeah.
Special event expenses, your trend is nowhere close to 6,000.
Yeah, it's really low. We haven't done a lot of special events again, sorry, Randy, the
You're
last
fine.
2 years, through COVID. You know, we were doing a fall and a spring movie in the park. We had a couple other things that we had going on, opening day and whatnot, and COVID kind of took a hit on all of that. But, you know, now we have our programs coordinator position, and that's one of the main things that Asia's doing. We've already added 3 new, one event and a couple of programs to what we're offering, so we're building back up to all of that. So that line item is definitely something that we plan to utilize, and, you know, would like to keep it.
Y'all wanna go about 45 on it?
What, how much?
45.
Yeah.
40, 45.
what'd you have down here, Brooke, as far as capital expenditures?
Right here.
What's the total?
Oh, I don't know. I can cut it up real fast.
Oh, you got this here,
No, this is the total capital. Or is there, it's by line.
What is the computer?
12, 33, 13, and 26.
Huh?
Computers and laptops.
That's some of that capital stuff. We'll get in and talk to it when we get done with this.
And we got
Well,
that 85.
85, 130, 85, 135. I guess most of those capital requests she's got on there, you want to put in SPOS, right?
yeah, we don't need to put that on
Right, they
budget.
don't need to be in the budget. That or the computers, either one.
Now, computers,
Now, that's laptops.
yeah. You need that many?
It'd be one for myself, Todd, and Asia.
It'd be about
We don't need them
35.
for.
It keeps us mobile, you know, because we're going to meetings, I mean, not just the CEU classes and stuff that we have to do, but we're also, you know, in Jackson County or in Madison County here and there, meeting about softball or baseball or whatever our league stuff is. So it just sort of keeps us mobile. If we need to access any of our shared drive information while we're there, like team numbers and things like that, then we could have that on our person in those meetings, and it would just make it easier for us. And we also take a lot of phone calls and things when we're not in the office, if we're at home or just anything like that. And whenever we do that, we don't have access to those documents, like our team schedules and things that are shared on our drive. And that would allow us that flexibility when we get those phone calls and things when we're not in the office.
Y'all wanna wait till the end and see about that?
Yeah.
I think it's a little too early in the game right now. We'll put a question mark by it. All right, Randy O, you wanna recap?
Yeah, let's go with this.
Wait a minute, let's get back. Okay,
Okay, on the garbage pickup, we're gonna place all that into the rec, and the waste management and the portables, take it out of the horse arena. The tires and tubes, you're going to $1,000. The vehicle equipment, to $4,500. Small equipment, $3,000. Travel, $2,500. Education, training, you getting this, Brooke? $1,200. Hand tools, 0. Office equipment lease, $1,600. Uniforms, safety equipment, 17, this is for the employees, $1,750. Water is $3,000. Rec equipment, $90,500. Horse arena, $1,500. Capital infrastructure is going to be removed to the SPOS, and the computers is going to be, our laptops we're on hold at the moment.
Did you go over energy and diesel at 58?
I have that written down.
Oh, what'd you went to?
58.
Oh, 50, I didn't have
And
that.
on there,
58.
Phone was 5.
5,000.
You left that the same, right? Oh,
5.
Okay.
So go over that page again, please, sir.
Starting.
Go over that page again, then make sure you got it.
Telephone, you got at 5,000. Get fuel, diesel, gasoline, 5,800. Rec equipment, 90,500. Horse arena, 1,500. Capital infrastructure is going to be replaced, moved over to SPOS. Laptops is on hold at the moment.
Special expenses, we had 4,500,
Special expenses, going to leave it.
4,500.
Okay. Got any other questions on those, Brooke?
You want to go over the capital
Yeah.
while we got you here? All right, on capital expenses, did you find out any more beside Uline on the picnic tables and all that stuff?
I do have a couple of other quotes. I got one from Corcat and one from Bliss, the two companies that are doing our playgrounds, and they're all pretty similar prices. I didn't get those until after this was turned in, though.
Well, get us a list of the 3, and then we'll prove them in a regular meeting. Seal coat, I know it needs it, but we'll look at that at the end after we get through all this stuff. You want to explain the disc golf?
Yeah, so the disc golf courses, it's something, we reach out to the community every so often throughout the year. We're just always asking people like, hey, what would you like to see us do for you? And the disc golf course is something that comes up, whenever we reach out to the community about that. So we had a guy come out and give us some options on it. He's installed disc golf courses in agencies surrounding us, I think one in Stevens County and possibly one in Franklin County. And they're very nice. Todd's gone out and looked at them and checked up on all of that. And what he did is he gave us 3 options. We can get a 24-hole course, which would be the full course. We would have natural tee pads, a few practice baskets, and also a smaller youth layout area. And we can do that larger, sort of big package for $13,354. Then we also had him give us some smaller options on there. So the same thing, just without the youth area, is a little bit less at just over 12. Or we could take it down to an 18-hole course for $9,275. And that would be throughout, like in the wooded area around, I want to say, around the horse arena. Or we could also put it closer to Windmill Park on that side of the road as well. I think he looked at both places.
So basically, a 24-hole is 13,354, and then a 9-hole is 9,275.
18.
18.
18-hole, I'm sorry, 18-hole.
And it's a pretty passive use thing. This would be everything that it would require from us, is just to have the guy come put it in. It could potentially be
Per hole.
like a
May have
fee-producing
24 for
thing,
tournament.
if we wanted to somehow charge for it, or we could rent
It's
out
lost.
the Frisbees that you need to play the sport, or, things like that. We're not necessarily looking at doing that at this time. We just feel like it's something that we could provide for the community for relatively little price and low upkeep for years to come.
Jackson County has one at Hereford Shows.
A lot of them's got them.
We're, there's, all of the ones near us are at least like a 30-minute drive for anybody in our community. So
No,
if we
you
had
got
here-
one within 10 minutes.
Do what?
Got one within 10 minutes.
Oh, well.
And Jackson had Hereford Shows.
Is that, oh, yeah, I guess Maysville, it is very close for Maysville folks, yep.
Next thing is doing the courts, 26-6. And we'll look at that at the end, because that's
Yeah, and that's
a
typically
pretty big
our
hit.
yearly or every other year maintenance is just, coming in and sanding it down and refinishing it with a nice shiny polish. This upkeep is what our floor person recommended, because we're coming up, we actually may be over having those basketball floors for 10 years. And he recommended that it needs, so it's basically like a total do-over. You take the finish all the way down to the flooring itself
Very bottom.
and just totally redo it, and it just helps keep the life of the floor.
Brooke, have you got anything back for the lights down on the field behind the,
We're working on getting that RFP together right now. I wanted to check with Hayes James to see if they might be able to help me make sure that I get the correct things that we're looking for in that RFP.
should be getting something soon?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
All right, couple of questions. The special expenses, it's expenses that you incur when you have a tournament, but then you get the revenue back, correct?
Correct. It doesn't
Okay.
just cover tournaments, though. It also covers special events that we provide for the community. So, like in 2 weeks, we're doing a Mother's Day market. It's a special event where we're having vendors come out to the rec center. And we're also having food, pictures taken, and it's just a way to give possibly children, maybe, husbands, whoever, that want to come out and maybe shop for the mother figure in their lives to get things going. So that's something that we don't necessarily charge for. So it is just us being able to provide community events as well. But yes, some of that does come back to us. So if it's any trophies or T-shirts that are for special events, like a tournament, like, our basketball tournaments and things like that, we do recoup that cost in fees or entry fees and things like that.
And then the uniforms the rec department pays for, that's basically, when you buy uniforms for baseball, softball, basketball, soccer, all that kind of stuff, you have to have a revenue line. This is a question that was asked. But then it's in the budget, we have to put that in the expenses, but then on the revenue side is what is charged back to play ball, whether it's $75, 85, or whatever it is. So the uniform should mark each other off, but you still got to have it in a budget line, and then you've got to have it on the revenue side too. So that answered one of the other questions in there.
Is that, are you saying that I need to lay that out in a better way, or exactly what?
No, it was just a question on there, because when we were going through it, what uniforms do the rec pay for?
I
Well,
see.
it's, you gotta have it on your budget side, but then it comes back on the revenue side. So that's basically what you pay for when you pay a fee, 75, 85, 90, whatever it is. It helps cover the cost of uniforms, because they've got to
Correct.
cross each other out. So I was just kind of explaining that and made sure I was right on that.
Yeah, and I can provide you guys with the program breakdowns that we do. I won't have the full slate of the sports until we end the spring season.
Well, we really need to do it during the summertime so we can make sure that our uniform cost covers what we charge the parents
In the
for
past few years, we are, we're, pretty much break even on the majority of our sports. The sports that we take a little bit of a hit on
Football.
are usually football and cheerleading. Every now and again, baseball and softball. But the thing that continues to go up that we, also need to look at possibly adjusting for, and that is also covered in that fee, is what we spend on our officials. So our umpires, our.
That really
officials,
needs to be on the
basketball games.
cost of
Right, that all
what you
goes into
charge.
that price as well, and the more participants that we have, the more games we have, the more officials we have to pay.
Y'all got any more questions?
Good.
We're good. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up is page 9, Tax Commissioner Vicky. I'm sorry, Tax Assessor. I don't know what that'd be page 11.
Hey,
Hey,
Vicky,
Vic.
you doing okay? Good. I think one of the things that Vicki brought in at a later moment is a request for an additional employee. And you probably have the backup with her request there.
Anybody got any questions on that?
It also has, it has reasons behind the request for additional employee. You might want to elaborate on that a little bit, Vicki, if you'd like to.
Okay, sure. So I did ask for another employee. Basically, our work has more than doubled since I started here with the same amount of employees. We've gone up since the 2017 numbers. We had 66 homes added. This year we had 235. That's quite a bit, and it's pretty much stretched, the employees to the limit as far as trying to get all the work done and making sure everything's right. And of course, we try to improve every year, but we also would like to make sure that a new employee would get trained by our very experienced team. We have, every now and then you have to think about who might be leaving, in another couple of years, and I don't want to see anybody leave, but I would like to make sure that the knowledge is transferred to a new employee.
Now, that being said, these tax appraisers, are you still wanting a part-time person, or is that gonna phase out?
Well, I would like to keep the part-time person. That would be definitely on my wish list. She's experienced. she would be able to help, you know, our new trainees transition into appraisers.
We'll visit that. I guess when we get to the end, I'm pretty stuck at max about 8 hours a week. I mean, the other one that you just hired has been through training and everything. I know she still has a lot to learn, but
Yeah, she's
I mean,
halfway through.
but I'm still think that it's about time to start really cutting back on that. But are y'all good visiting at the end when we figure out more what we got?
Yep.
All right, your part-time now, is she in this anywhere?
Yes.
Is she under
She's under appraisers,
appraisers? Okay.
yes.
But I think you're gonna end up running over on that, so you better cut her back some,
Okay,
because we talked about it before, and she needs to,
okay. Well, we'll see where we're at.
I know where we're at.
I just want to let you aware of what she's requesting here. She says the part-time plus another full-time employee. Now, the other full-time employee right now on your list is not included in with your salaries. But we'll be making adjustments to those at the end of the budget.
Let's see what the numbers come back before we really get too deep into that. All right, professional, they got Wind Gap, Q Public, Trailer, South Data, and of course, this year we added CoStar. How's CoStar doing?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
What's your
How's
title?
CoStar doing?
Professional line
Under
item,
professional.
just at 43,686 is pretty much, is that pretty much set in stone?
Yeah, should be.
Professional line item.
We've done lots of money, Jimmy. You got nothing
I think we
Mike.
kind of figured it was.
here.
I think we've got any.
We ain't got nothing. Is CoStar doing pretty good?
Yes, it's very helpful.
Good.
Good deal.
The light shows on, but it's
Yeah, I don't have nothing.
come unplugged or something.
Everybody's good with the 43,686?
Yes, sir.
Legal fees, pretty well got to leave that in there. You haven't used anything in technical. Is there anything you need to buy before the end of the year?
You've got,
Yes, I do need to get cameras. We've been having, well, we've been looking at them at Walmart, but I think we're going to have to order them online somewhere, but we do need a couple new cameras, so,
Well, can you order it this year?
yes, yes.
okay.
Y'all want to cut the request back to about 750 then?
Yeah.
Because you got 13 in this year and nothing. Did you see anything wrong with the mic?
That's it.
No, they said that online.
It's working.
I have nothing.
We can't hear nothing out here.
I wonder if something got unplugged, maybe what it is.
Did you unplug it, Keith?
Yeah, see, we have, year-to-date, we don't have anything
That's a
technical.
lot.
So you want to pick up something now? So we kind of do it.
Who unplugged it?
The lights are still blinking.
When'd you get them?
It's on.
You run right, man. You water all that you need to right there.
But,
Wait a minute, I'll move over.
well, sometimes we have a technical line item for you know, somebody's monitors going out and things like that, we gotta have.
Just your,
Hello. Nope.
No,
Well, I guess we'll just have to holler.
We will be quiet for a while, I guess.
It says working online.
Well, the online just picking it up
From that.
from there.
And library.
Charles, you can find out here in this, all of your the next week gets going out here, if you're looking straight out.
It's all right. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right, 750 on technical, we got that?
yeah.
Everybody good with vehicle equipment? Of course, you can buy a set of tires and blow that out of the water. All right, travel, your trend is
If you need
9,
Tires, should probably go ahead and get some more this year.
I believe we could get some this year.
Okay.
but I mean, all I was saying was a couple of oil changes and
Yeah.
one little maintenance thing, that's pretty well eat that up. All right, travel, your trend is 926. You got 2,000 in there. Are y'all expecting to do extra traveling?
Yes, we have several people who are due to go to class this year, although it could be that they won't leave until November. So it may go into next year. And we do have Sherry who is going to be using it some of that. She's about halfway through, the classes she needs to get her appraiser one.
Okay.
In-person training is picking back up now.
Yes, it's, in fact, they're really not offering much at all in online courses now, so that's unfortunate. That was a lot more expensive.
Y'all want to leave that too?
I guess we could, yeah. 'Cause if they've got to do all that.
Education and, that was for travel. The education and training was only 314, so I guess they're going to other classes. I saw somewhere in there where both your tax assessors.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Do both your tax assessors have to go to
Do your-
classes this year?
Does your board have to go get training this year?
To go this year also, and we've got, I think, two in our, besides Jerry in our office that have to go. For next year.
All right, we're gonna leave that 3,800,
Yeah, I
because you
think
got
so,
three
yeah.
assessors that's gotta go. Anybody got anything else?
What about general supplies?
Well, I think your tax notices are gonna hit at the very end of this year, if I'm not mistaken, so it's gonna eat all that up.
A lot of our, yeah, a lot of our expenses come right at the, May.
May and June?
Yeah,
Okay.
When you start
I
getting
didn't know, 'cause
bills.
it was, 314 now, and
right.
out of, with a,
It's actually
4,000.
978 right now,
yeah.
according to the sheet I'm looking at.
Yeah, I was looking up, I looked up.
Huh.
So you should use the remaining of that 3,500.
We'll probably get close to it, yeah.
All right, your office lease, y'all got some kind of different, because I come up with 2,200 trend, and you got 3,800 in there.
We've got a copier and, my So the big copier,
And printer that we're releasing,
yes,
that thing is about $22 or $23,
okay.
not the year to date. See, it's 1657. So this is what we did the year before, the 2384, is probably pretty close to the right.
I think it's 2,400.
Kind of like, cartridges and things of that nature. Supplies, we're about $2,400.
Twenty-four.
So you're gonna change 38 to 24?
24. Uniforms is a right on trend.
Yeah.
Phones is a crapshoot. I mean, who knows?
Trent on the phone, 3,900.
I know. I don't know what's up with that. You gonna make that 4,000?
I put 42.
Phone should be what it is. I mean, you got landline and you got, what, one
It seems like they move around
cell phone.
from place to place, you know?
Let's make it 4,000.
Okay.
4,000, Randy. On, gasoline and diesel, trends 1,590.
I put down 2,000.
I put 1,900. Let's go 1,900.
I like yours better.
Well, is this gonna be good with the increases that have been going on?
That gas went down.
Well, it's going down, but, I mean, you don't know what's
we've-
gonna happen with it.
We've had 6 months of this budget with increases, so
I know it, so
it ought to be far enough along to figure that, you know?
You gonna wrap it up, Randy?
The technical line item comes to 750. 750 on technical. Obsolete waste, 2,400.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa.
what'd you say?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
2,400. Telephone, 4,000. Gasoline, 1,900.
Yep. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I ain't got a standby switch.
Somebody want to see if Becky will come back, and we'll go ahead and
I ain't got a standby switch on this.
knock out a few of these.
What are you doing, Bobo?
Was Becky coming? Who?
Further education.
Okay. Well, we'll start page 1 then. We'll knock this one out right quick.
Change.
Contingency fund, you gonna leave it at $100,000?
Yeah.
It's been worked out pretty good several years at that amount.
Commissioner, I left everything on the first page, the way it was. Y'all good with that? Yes, sir. Audit fees is the same as it was last year, right?
Haven't heard any difference.
Okay. The vehicle and equipment, still seems to be, I mean, it's a little low right now, do we wanna go down any on it, like 350?
Well,
Vehicle and equipment, page 3.
yeah, I mean, we've got a lot left on it now for this budget,
Well, I know, but
But,
you don't need nothing right now, you don't need nothing.
yeah.
That'd be good, 350. Let's go 350
The
then.
senior center is using it, every week now, so that's gonna be a regular basis.
Is it every week?
It's every Monday, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, just,
It's available for them anyway.
what you gonna do, go to 350?
Come on in.
Advertising 3,000, might as well leave it there.
Advertising
2,000,
Two.
I mean, 2,000, sorry.
yeah.
Travel, y'all wanna go down to about 1,500 on that?
Is it you?
Well, let's see.
I got 25 because year before last year was 22.
Well, that's because they had, two of them had.
You
You
correct.
may have two on this one.
Yeah.
And also your
Good.
training has opened up live rather than online now too.
I think 25,
2,500.
yeah.
The education and, that was travel, the education and training, 7,000. I have a question mark on that one, I don't get that one. You know why?
I just didn't know who was going to be going to, how much training and travel was going to be done with,
Let's take that down to 2,500.
Go with that.
I got some training I gotta do.
I'd
That's
say
gonna come
fine.
out there, but it shouldn't go over that.
Y'all think?
5,000.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it
I
shouldn't
think
go over
25
$2,500.
is fine.
well, Mr. Chairman, that includes
Jeannie said.
Jenny,
she's
mine,
got to go.
Aaron's, everybody in that office.
Yeah, that's right.
That includes everybody in that office.
Yes, see, we didn't get any this year, so we got to go.
So go with 5,
5, I guess.
I would say 5.
that'll work.
General supplies, trends 14,000. Okay with that?
Yep.
That's good.
Just push that sign.
Gasoline and diesel, trend 760, I went to 900.
That's fine. I'm good. Good with that.
All right, that's it on that. You want to run through it real quick? So we,
Yeah, I got vehicle and equipment down to 350. Travel, 2,500. Dues and fees remain the same. Most of that's Georgia Mountain Regional. Education and training, 5,000. And did you do anything on the supplies or?
14.
Okay, I didn't hear that one. 14,000. And gasoline, 900? Good deal.
all right, next up, Miss Becky. Where's your coming?
What number?
Page 9.
7,
Commissioner.
page 7, man. No, 9. I get on Laura Lane there.
Seven, she,
Page 9, what it is.
page 9. Tax commissioner, right here.
Hey, Beck.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
We're good. How about you, Becky?
Doing fine, thank you.
Becky did not have any changes. You were wanting to keep consistent with what you had this year,
I
correct?
did. Yes, sir.
The only thing that I adjusted just a tad bit was the supplies, or the office equipment
You
lease.
need mine?
I went up just a little bit on that, because I just did it by trend,
Look, was him.
$2,082. And then the telephone, I went to $3,000, because that's what it was. That was just what it was
Average.
running. Yeah, yeah, you didn't really.
He made something.
Didn't really put anything on there for those two items, so I just included it with our, because I know, your copiers and all that, as far as office equipment lease is gonna run probably at least that.
And I think that went up just a little bit for training.
Randy, I got a question on
Yes,
that.
sir.
On the advertising part,
That always comes up every year.
if we're going, in the last 2 years, we had 990 in the hole, and this year 1340, why don't we put more than $100 in there?
Actually, it's an expense to begin with, but we recruit all of those fees after a tax sale. So.
Okay, okay, I remember that now, I remember us talking
It's
about
a
that.
washout.
Yeah.
It's actually, yeah, like we got $1,400, yes.
Right,
So it's an
okay.
expense, but then we get everything back from it,
Huh?
yes. It always works out that way.
And what did you do, Randy, on office equipment lease?
Office equipment lease should be the same as what you got in your paper. How much?
Same here.
How much have you got on there?
1,700.
No, $2,082.
$2,082?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was
1,700.
1,700.
Yeah.
Can we go back up to technical? We budgeted 15,000, didn't use anything, we got 15
That's
budgeted
correct.
again.
That's
I like
all
to
of it.
pull that forward because it's for my tax software that I'm getting you. They're not done with it, so I'm not paying them anything, so that's why it did not come out of this budget year. So it'll come out for 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility you're gonna have some new software this next fiscal year?
Yes, that's correct.
So there were no changes on Becky's.
Pretty easy.
That it? Everybody good with it?
Yeah, good.
Good man.
Thank you, that was easy enough.
It's quick.
Thank you, Becky.
Easy. Now, who we
Who we got?
We got adult education,
got?
65.
Way on over there.
55.
65.
65. Come on up, James.
All right, thank
We
you.
got James Dumas here.
Thank y'all for letting me come and share with you this year. And it's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, sit over there.
Be over here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Okay,
It's hard to find.
you should have received something from me concerning the 5 items that we're requesting. And the cover letter was an explanation of each one of those requests, and I'll kind of review those very quickly, and then you can ask me any questions. Item 1 is a request for $800 for GED testing. Our lead teacher could not be here because she has someone testing and has not finished at this point. Last year, we had asked for $1,000, and you graciously granted that, so that is a $200 reduction. One of the problems that we're having down there is that Lanier Technical College, and I'm on the board with Lanier Technical College, we're buying a lot of extra product in item 2. Paper products and cleaning products for cleaning the room. Our staff does the cleaning of the room after it's used. On the front page, item 2, you see what we had. County departments use it, the fire department, EMS in March. We have also Medley often uses the room. And we're providing all the paper products and cleanup and scheduling and all sorts of things for the room. So we're asking for $500 for additional cleaning supplies. That can come out of your general fund, however you want to do that.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now, if it's county like fire department,
Yeah.
they used it, then, my understanding is they left product and stuff there, is that correct?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. They said they were going to, but now an outside organization like MedLink uses it, I think you need to charge.
Charge.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to come out of all of our, the taxpayers' budget for private
I got
entities
you now.
to use that. So maybe y'all need to get up a fee per use.
And I agree with that. We had been doing that, but my lead teacher said that there was some controversy about that, so we stopped.
Well,
There was a question about it being a public building and us charging to use it, so.
well, when we have softball tournaments, basketball tournaments, at the rec department, they charge, that's a public facility, but it's individuals that are using it, so, we charge them, so I don't see where there's a controversy there.
But we had cleared that to buy, to charge them a user's fee.
How much was the user's fee? I can't remember now.
$25.
Yeah, small amount.
Minimal.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would at least cover paper products and stuff, so,
Okay, we can go back and do that.
I think you should.
I'm very open to that. Non-departmental uses. Now, what about departmental uses? Are they just gonna bring some extra stuff with them? or-
I think they need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The third item is, it's crazy, when we have some of the county and other units, when they're gonna be there through lunch, they wanna use the staff refrigerator. So they fill the staff refrigerator up with stuff, and that's become a complaint. They also wanna use the microwave, they wanna use the large coffee maker that we use for our students, and so we're asking for a beverage center. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just a cart that we can take in there to have a coffee pot, a little small dorm refrigerator we can put in the room, we can bring it in, so they can use it, so it doesn't disrupt what's going on in the learning center. That's a simple
So maybe something to
explanation.
look at after we get through the whole budget.
Okay,
Right.
that'd be fine.
I'll put a question mark by that.
All right, I appreciate your consideration. And it's just a courtesy to the staff who work there every day. And the students also, when they're there for several hours, they'll bring stuff. The side entrance door, and you can do this with your maintenance people, but the complaint, critters are getting in. And there needs to be some weather stripping and some kind of insect barrier. And if we could put an awning over it, then that door could be sealed off from the rest of the building. And people using the building, the community room at night could go to that door and use it. It wouldn't involve having somebody there in the other part of the building.
So, I got the weather stripping, and I guess you want an awning for weather?
Yeah, just so they wouldn't, the people wouldn't be standing at the door trying to unlock it with, it's a side door
Yeah.
on the back
It's the one
side.
on the left side,
Correct.
yep.
And that could be done with your maintenance. Yeah. We're trying to improve the building. Honestly, it's what we're doing, and item 5 is exactly that. Item 5, we've had Lanier Tech IT department spec out a projector, an overhead projector, a computer podium, and microphones. Total cost of that's going to be $13,000. We have applied for a grant from Dollar General. And if we can get that, we can provide most of that funds other than the $5,000. And we're willing to do that, put that in that room. Because we're going to use that room, in addition in our program that we've, our idea is to have a community reading enhancement program for at-risk children and families, where they can come in there and they can use that overhead projector in helping their children read and learn. So it's kind of a dual thing there. So that's what the AV equipment is. So that's basically it.
I'll put a question mark on that, and
Sure.
we'll visit that one at the end.
I mean, that's a big sum of money, I understand that, but to make that room more available, not only to the department, they don't have to bring their computers and their projectors, we can have that for them.
Timmy, me and you get with Kenny on that awning thing.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we can get it cheaper than that, so
We're certainly open, and we thank you for the $1,000 this year. We have, I'll just tell you another little thing we're doing. We are purchasing gas cards for people who complete levels, because right now, with the price of gas, it's hard to get somebody that's on minimum wage or less to come in and work on their GED. So we're trying to use, you get a level completed, we'll give you a $20 gas card. So the Literacy Council's doing that, to try to, for us, an incentive to get people to return to do their. We're probably gonna have, we had 20 graduates last year, we're hoping we'll have 25 to 30 this year.
I'll leave it at 26 for right now, and then visit.
Yeah, just discuss it, and let us know. We'll be glad to answer any questions if you have them. I know you're busy, y'all wanna get out of here too. and I gotta go to work to earn some money.
We'll be here for a little while.
All right.
Appreciate you coming.
Hey, thank y'all. Thank y'all very
James,
much.
thank you. I'm good.
All right, I gotta go take care of people in the hospital.
Doing well.
I'm just glad I'm not one of them, okay? I'm just glad I'm not one of them,
Well, me
okay?
too, I'm glad I could be upright.
Who's next,
And I
Mr.
just
Commissioner?
want everybody knows that nobody wants to go to the doctor over the weekend, so about 6 o'clock in the evening, they all start coming to the emergency room.
Yeah.
So it'll be
I
fun.
understand.
You be careful.
Guys,
See ya.
thank you.
All right, we'll finish this section right here, and then we'll get to HR.
So you want to go ahead and leave that at 26 right now?
26.
And you want to go ahead and do DFAC since we're
From
on
the
the
20 that's on here,
Do what?
from the 20 that's on here,
We're gonna leave it at 2,600. I don't know what 20,000 you're looking at.
right here, 20,200.
That's, we only talk about adult education. We're fixing to talk about defects.
Okay, all right, I don't know. Ah, dang. Y'all said page 65.
Well, that's 65.
Okay,
Now we're
all
gonna
right,
do
yeah.
defects.
So
It's
rather,
not part of defects.
I'm with you, I'm with you.
All right,
Same page as adult education,
Randy,
65.
That's the
I
kind,
can't really get out of them side foster kids why they went up. Did they tell you?
they didn't, they just sent this letter. They didn't specifically say. You can see year-to-date, it fluctuates quite a bit. Like right now, they're already at $8,500, and that's through,
It's about the trend,
but when the previous year, when it was down, it's because we had COVID, and no one was there. But right now, is things are building a little bit more, and more people are attending, so I guess that's why he went to 11,000.
y'all leave that at trend at 11?
Looking at the previous year, it was budgeted 65 and
Yeah, that's COVID. What
they
it's saying.
went over to 85, so.
Well, see,
Yeah, they're over now.
here
Right.
it's 69,
Right.
they request 65,
Right.
well, they're at 85,
Right.
trend's 11, so.
Right.
I guess we have to leave it at 11.
You almost have to leave it at 11.
Yeah, because it's,
So that'll leave it at 13,600 total.
Right.
Instead of the 20.
Getting there. I left my phone in my truck, I gotta go get it. Here.
Yes, sir.
see, all this is on this page here. DFAX is up here, adult education is right here. And that goes.
And we're going to
No, that's all right.
$2,600 on that.
Yeah, but I'm saying they want to go from 26 to 9,000.
That's what he's been out there talking
I
about.
know it, and I said, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, we will go back.
You got it? Did
Page
you see where
11,
we're
no?
at?
Huh?
You see where we're at on those, on the DFAX and adult education?
Yeah, the DFAX are,
Both
yeah,
of them. DFAX at 11,000, adult education,
right, and they've already used 8,500,
oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
and I mean, you can't,
You can't cut it back.
yeah, I don't know how you could cut it.
And they've been working remote for several months, if not a year.
Oh, at least, at least.
But that ain't, I ain't doing that.
But they're back now.
I ain't doing that.
No. No, no, no.
Yeah, if you can email me the list of the costs for the, yeah, they got a list of
We're on page 7.
This start,
Well, they've already used almost 2, and they got
which we put
2,600.
in, so 23, we put in 21.
Well, right now.
Right, and then workers' comp, we went from 230,
That
220,000.
was a total of 20.
We may need to go back to 35 because that was 209 is what we paid out in
Then what are we
January.
gonna-
But we got hit with $20,000. We got hit with a $20,000 audit thing that we got to pay in this budget. Remember? I gave
Yeah,
you the other
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
So by doing that, we would go over, if we get hit again, we may need to go back and do this. And
I
I'll explain
agree.
that to them.
We need to do that.
I didn't know we was gonna get hit with that high line.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, I know what he did. He just did it last
What
year.
was, what was
Where
that?
we give him
You just got that, was it?
big increase to 92.
Theirs is based off percentage.
And that's what he did here.
Man,
Yeah, we better go back to 235.
How much does the sign on cost?
For an engine? No, we'll junk that thing, won't we?
Well, I said, oh, this is gonna change. Depending on what they decide to do.
And how old is it? How old is that tractor?
All right, where we going now?
I think it was bought in 2014.
Where we going? 8 years old, ain't it?
What's next, Randy? What page?
Professional,
I seen that. Wait a minute. That's crazy.
Wayne was being operated on today. Wayne was being operated on today.
He was?
Yeah. He carried him down 11:30.
I have Arlene on page 7.
What, on his,
Kidney stone.
number 7.
shit, we ain't got no.
You would have
That's supposed to be the perfect number.
Yes, on page 1, I will need to make a correction, and I'll explain it. On the workman's comp, we had 235 in there for the current budget, and we had reduced it to 220 because our premium, we paid premiums in January, our premium was 209 and change, but each year I have to give an estimate of what the payroll's going to be, and, you know, estimate's what it is. It's as close as you can get. And then we get an audit, so from our audit that we got, we've got an additional like $22,000 we've got to pay. So me putting that 220 number in there without knowing the audit was going to hit me so hard, if I get hit again next year, and last 3 years I've got hit with extra amounts with the audit because you just can't get all the overtime and everything, I'm asking to go back to 235, not to 220. That's something I don't have an option on, but pay whatever they bill me, so.
You're supposed to be cutting money, not adding money.
Well, I'm trying.
Oh, we're fixing to cut right now, professional. 3,600's in the budget, and you haven't spent anything, and you're requesting 6.
It's time for the review of the manual again. And, as you know, we get, or in the past, we did for Gerard and Davis, because we get an employment attorney to help me with the manual. There's been a lot of laws change, that, our manual needs to be updated. Now, is it going to be very extensive? Will it take $6,000? Don't really think so, to be honest with you. I don't think it will. I think I can probably get by with 38 I'm sorry? 45, yes, sir.
3,800?
45, yes, sir.
Y'all want to go to 4,000? 4,000?
Yeah.
6 to 4.
I will do my best. The attorney I used before gave me a break through my HR association. I'm now dealing with a founding partner. She's also a member of our association, so I think she'll give me as good a break, but I don't know that because I haven't had to use her.
We'll shoot for 4.
I'll try my best.
Technical, you got 6,500. Is that gonna be correct? Because you're already at 6487.
You don't need this one? Did I get my laptop?
Probably so, yeah.
I think we are, because I think my laptop that I'm currently using that was outdated, if I remember correctly, is in that number, and I don't see that having to be replaced this year. So I think we're good.
Good.
You're going to what on technical?
Gonna leave it alone.
He was asking if that was going to be enough.
Just leave it at 60.
We're going to leave it at 65, correct? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Travel, you used 986, you you got 3,500, the year before you used 872, I know it was COVID.
It's COVID and.
All you got planned this year?
Well, we've got our big June conference, it's mandatory for Chrissy and I both to go, one for her to continue getting her, I'm sorry.
That'll be in
This year's.
It will, and the travel won't be as high this year because it's going to be at Lake Lanier. But in the fall, it's going to be at Jekyll Island, so, you know, normally they're not that close, but 2 years in a row, we've had it at Lake Lanier, so that helps also. It's really hard to judge that. I usually know 2 years prior to where we're going to be. I really don't see cutting it under 35, I'll be honest, guys.
Is that gonna be you and the assistant?
Yes. Me to continue my certification, her to get her certification that's required.
That didn't work. In education and training,
Well, that would be,
trend is 2,200.
I would ask that stay at 3,000, and I'll tell you why, again, that is for our fees that we have to pay for our training. And two, there's a lot of online courses that's being offered now, and a couple of them that doesn't cover in our training that's required through Carl Benson, such as the Board of, Department of Labor. They have one class a year, usually in July, that updates, because that's when they release all their mandatory law changes. And right now, they're doing it online, and it's about 400, I think it's like $450, I believe, or $499 or something like that. That is when it is crucial to an HR director or anyone working in HR to make sure we stay on top of all the laws, because I know a couple of big ones that's coming in, like wanting to increase what salary an exempt employee can be paid, like we had the big controversy a few years ago, but this is going even higher. So that I need to stay on top of. Like I said, there'll be no travel involved in it, but I would like for that to stay there just for these online classes that I really need to stay on top of things.
I don't have anything else on the rest of it, do y'all?
everything should,
You got the 2,000 in the wellness program.
That's
We haven't
years.
said anything.
We did that whenever we were with Blue Cross and Blue Shield, because we had to have a wellness program in order to get our big discount. We're not with Blue Cross and Blue Shield now. Now, we are quoting our health insurance. I just told the agent last week to send quotes. He's going to get Blue Cross and Blue Shield quote. If they come back with a quote and we decide to go with them, we'll have to have that. If not, I don't have to have it. So it's just too early for me to tell you whether I need it or not.
We'll just put a question mark on it, hold it right there for right now, because you'll know something. We'll know something by the time we make this, well, we'll have to, because we gotta get the final numbers on
Insurance.
insurance.
Well, you know, I got the, as I told you, this morning, I got the increase from our current provider, and then I've asked him to put it out for quotes. He probably didn't do that until today, so it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to get a quote back.
Okay. We'll just certainly put a question mark on it, because we're not Blue Cross, and we'll take it out. Anybody else got any questions? All right, Randy.
Now, let's see. Didn't question the AP, did it? Okay.
We got, we're gonna put the,
Right, I do have. The EAP, there's a possibility we can drop that. I don't get an invoice until June. They do one invoice, and what I do, I give them a census in June. Last year, when I gave them the census, it included the sheriff's office, so that's gonna drop by 82 people, and I think it's like $26 or $27 per individual is what they charge us on that. There's a possibility that will drop, but again, don't know, I mean, I know it'll drop, I just don't know how much.
Put a question on that.
well, we'll question that too, and maybe we'll know. Well, you know, by the time we get, but we can just question that right now and see if we can just drop it all.
I can reach out to him and ask him, can I go ahead and send him the census,
Yeah.
if you want me to.
All right, Randy.
all right, let me see what changes we got here. We're gonna go back to the 235,000 on workers' comp, 235,000. Professional line item, we're going to 4,000. And then we've got determination on the wellness program and also the employee assistant.
That's right.
Questions on all that. That's it.
Thank you, Arlene. Well, I think we're gonna start back with,
Just, who's next, Charles? What time?
Next up would be technology, page 6.
I'm running. Page 6.
which one, technology?
I'll have you out that one next
Okay, well, Karen's not here. But,
But I'm gonna run to the
yeah,
bathroom while
you
he's doing
might
that.
wanna wait on this technology. Well, it was just getting improved. What are we doing, taking a 5-minute break?
Taking a break.
There's a message over there on that computer that Michael's gonna have to answer. Says the audio, something happened with audio. There's a message on that computer over there.
Yeah, I get a
Do what? Yeah.
A lot of the, everybody needs to be on the same phone plan. I pay less than $90 a month, 2 phones, that's everything.
You know,
Years ago, we done a county phone plan through AT&T and whatever, and they give us just basic phones and what we needed and stuff like that. But a lot of this stuff is traveling
Yeah.
through. A lot of things be online. And I have problems with some of the places where they want you to go to Jekyll, go to Savannah, go to Atlanta. It's just, some of these people, it's not our folks, but the people that's putting this on, that's how they maintain their
you know,
jobs.
if it wasn't county government, Jeff Wyland would be better.
Yeah.
Which, the year I become commissioner, every one of my classes, I had to go to Jekyll to take, except one I had to go to Tipton to take it.
See, I had all them. And
They had one class I could take on the internet at that time.
but the one that we, in the new commissioner training, that you could take it, you know, and we did take it online on account of the COVID thing, and I think it ought to be on.
All of them would get down to the point of certification and make them go somewhere for that.
2 weeks for holders.
A lot of people put it on, they use.
And a lot of it was refrigeration, I had to put up. Well, I couldn't leave it sitting. We sat like horrible. That's the reason I was a few minutes late.
One time got snowed out.
And something like that always hits right at
Years
lunchtime.
ago,
It
we
never
went to
fails.
Athens a lot. I mean, that's where we was all day.
We took our 4-day class in that, and the very first one we took that. Me and Charles and Danny drove out 4. We all figured out to take it at the same time.
Did you call him, Randy?
I pared it down and let it sit for a minute, pared it back up and then. On television,
Well, they didn't come back up. The mics.
Safety coordinator's sitting here.
Yeah, yeah.
We
they-
cut it on and off already, Randy, a couple of times.
Yeah. The first thing I wanted to find. That's
If
not.
that's Michael, tell him there's a window open on one of the computers over there.
I did.
What do you
He's
say?
gonna be up in the-
Okay, good.
he tried to call you.
I earned my wages.
You ready, Randy?
Yeah.
I'll get him in a minute.
We are on
Page
He's coming up in the morning to fix it.
You want to start with technical?
6.
Yes, technical.
Yeah. One table, typically.
You're talking about you want
On page 6, I got tables.
No, you
the tablet.
Tablet.
Well, it,
Do you need my glasses,
I
sir?
marked right through it, so
Do you need my glasses?
what it is,
that for
it's,
the 5 of us.
it's not only,
Yeah.
it's not only your tablets, but it's also our complete accounting software and payroll system is in that line item. And the one below it, technical support, that is DSI. That's strictly their contract with us. I don't know how you can make any much changes. You're probably doing good to getting leaving it at 119 right there.
Y'all got any questions on any of the rest of it? Not.
We got it.
The only question, I guess the website is good. Is that right, Jenny? At two? Okay.
Yeah, whatever that figure was I gave you,
Two.
yeah.
Good deal. Now, did you want mapping?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do mapping on page 14. And there'll be one section that Karen's not here today, but she can come in tomorrow sometime.
I got it right there. My opinion.
Education training, she's got the 1,700, she hasn't used none. We can ask her about that.
Well, most of that education and training is their online courses. She hasn't got anything into travel because she's not planning on going anyplace.
Yeah, but she hasn't spent none this year. I don't know whether it's,
She has to get training every year, that's all.
yes, she does, but she asked for 17, hadn't spent none, so I don't know whether it's coming. to the
Didn't
end
spend
of
but
the-
$849 the
end
year
of our
before.
fiscal year or not.
Didn't spend but $849 the year before.
Or was it online due to COVID?
But I mean,
She
we can
didn't
ask her when
spend
she
any.
gets back here. That's one of the questions I got.
Okay, that's fine.
And on the next page, general supply and materials.
Well, Charles, if you would go back to professional. Why, all right, in 2020, it was $41,700. This year, we budgeted $41,700. So is every other year we got something that falls in there?
Professional.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the main reason I wanted her to come was, that we'll ask her. It's the,
It's that aerial
the
flight.
contour, the topo map.
Yeah.
They won't spend the 4,500 on it.
And a flyover's coming at some point.
Well, we've got the flyover, we just had to pay for a third for a year. They did the flyover back in December, January. But the contour, she can explain that on for the extra 4,500 on that. And then the, hopefully imagery.
Well, we can bring her in here first thing tomorrow at 1:30.
The Next page, she's got 2,000 on general supplies and materials. I cut it back to 1,500 because print's 1,200.
I did the same thing.
So we'll just wait on her tomorrow.
One thing we changed 1,500.
Right now, we just, we'll talk to her about some professional line item, for education and training tomorrow. She's gonna have it, and I changed the general supplies to $1,500.
Okay. All right, next, page 16, Board of Equalization. Or equalize. I left that at 2,000 because you never know how much they're gonna have to come in. How many appeals you got? Page 16.
Yeah. Social Security set, so you can't
Yeah.
change it.
Pay 'em.
Yeah. You can't change that.
Page 17, courthouse.
Yep.
Building maintenance is on trend. General supplies and material, it's, actually, they're requesting a little under trend.
Mr. Chairman, I met with Kenny and Bobby before we come in here.
Do what?
I met with Kenny and Bobby before we come in here about the air conditioner at the courthouse. They're gonna have to be some money spent on air conditioner. So we have got one that's not working at all, and we got another one on its last leg over there. So do we wanna budget something in the building and maintenance for this, or do we wanna take care of it like a contingency or capital when it happens?
Well, that one is not even working. How much we got in contingency? I know, I'm talking about.
Left,
this year.
left from last year.
None, from what I know. None, Arden.
I thought we had 3,000 or 4,000.
I think we're over 100 or something.
We ain't over $100,000.
100.
Oh,
$100.
Yeah, you're over now.
I think we got, it's showing 101, and we got 101 in it, 100 in it, in there.
It's like, it's the budget here, it comes out of capital. It's-
I'd say.
well, I mean, if we left at 20,000, that,
I thought they had done some work on those air conditioning units over
We
there.
talked about replacing them about 4 years ago, and Jimmy said, no, we're gonna be building a courthouse for 5 years, ain't no use wasting no money on it. So, 5 years has passed, and we still ain't building no courthouse, and we still got the same air conditioners. But,
You can see in the previous year, just general maintenance, we spent 21,000, we've already spent close to 16 now. And that's, that's just general upkeep.
we may have to pull, that was not working out of capital now. We need to at least have that working in case the other one
Yeah.
quits.
I mean, I don't mind pulling it out of capital, I ain't got a problem with that. But if we want to budget for it, we need to put $10,000 more in there for that.
Problem is, if you budget for next year.
You don't have
It
it.
won't be in there,
Right.
and you're just inflating the budget.
I agree 100%.
Yep.
I do take it out of capital anyway.
So you
It's
better
a
off
capital product, I mean.
Well, that
you're
is,
not-
yes.
It's not a yearly thing.
get the bids on it and see what it comes in at, right?
Yep. So we're gonna leave that there.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning products,
I went for 3,600.
I went 3,500.
I can do that.
I think that's got, that goes a little more, sometimes that's a fluctuation between general supplies and cleaning supplies and purchases. the more, the cleaning supplies have been worse just because of pure fact because of the stuff that they use to keep the sound on. So they use that on all the time, huge basis.
But trend's 34, 65, and
And it's,
we've had some pretty tough months this year.
Certainly, that's,
I got 3,600, so
We'll go 36,
I said 35, but you gonna do sticks.
36. Water and sewer is a little under trend, but who knows? I may start having court and stuff. Propane was trend. Electricity, the trend is 35,273, so it's pretty much on
Yep.
trend. Small equipment, that's postage stamp.
that's on a quarterly basis.
I got 4,100 on that.
I went 4,000 on it. You're 100 higher than me on everything, so.
Damn.
y'all-
All right.
4,000?
Y'all wanna go
I
41?
think that is the big those, I think one of the machines is higher than you see than it was before. I believe it was either one in courthouse, one at the annex, stayed the same, one in courthouse.
I'd
Yeah,
say
didn't he get
4,000 or-
another one? Wait, you're talking about the postage machine?
Postage machine, big postage machine, so that 4636 is exactly what's in the.
46,
It
36.
went up $600 now.
Uh-huh.
Wow. No adjustment there. So what we putting?
All right, you wanna wrap it up?
We leave it like it is.
Building maintenance, you're gonna reach 20,000 and the possibility of having to replace the air conditioning system or a portion of it. We have capital cleaning supplies, $3,600.
Next will be annex at 18. Building maintenance, you don't have anything in there, but I put 4,000 in there.
That's right on your trend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's,
Trying to be more than that.
yeah, it's a little more than that, but I was hoping we wouldn't have to do a whole lot.
Trend's all
We
been
had a couple of
48.
leaks this year
Yeah,
and
let's go with 4.
Y'all wanna go 4 or what?
4's fine with me.
General supplies, and materials, I went 700 on it, trend 668. Cleaning supplies, trend is 4160, I went 4,500 on it. Electricity trend, the trend is right at 30.
Right there.
Electricity, bills,
That's trend, so not change nothing. That's all I got on that, y'all got anything?
But why on telephone, we got 344 actual and we didn't have anything in there, Randy? On telephone?
what we had for, that was, come to find out, it was for the fire alarm system.
Oh, okay.
The fire alarm, instead of line coming in.
So we're gonna put 517 in? Okay,
That'd be exact.
yeah.
You wanna wrap it up, Randy?
Yeah, the building maintenance, you went to $4,000. The general supplies and materials, $700. Cleaning supplies, you went to $4,500. And, so,
Next fee report, page 20. Court reporter, the trend is 49,270, I went 52 on it.
court reporter,
Yeah. I mean, that's a shot in the dark, but the year before was 49.
I'm good with that.
52,
that just,
just depending on what we got coming up.
We just started having court back not long ago, didn't we?
No, they've been having a while.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was out.
2 years.
The
2
next
years they were
page,
out.
The office equipment lease, the trend is 1924, and they're asking 25.
1924,
Yep, it is a trim. So I put 2,000.
that would probably go.
On which one, Charles?
The very
Office
last one,
equipment.
office equipment list.
Yeah.
I know they got a couple of other, they got another machine for sure, at Security Court, here recently. They took that over down to the gates. That might be the reason why they went to 25.
Yeah. I didn't see no backup material to it.
But the court reporter was good too.
Court reporter was 52.
And then you want to go to the office with at least 2,000?
2,000.
Now, I do have that they do that, it's still that law clerk, just as much, but I do have an agreement that some county, still going with that. Authorized insurance.
Well, I mean, they,
Was that the one you tabled?
There was one of them, the other one was.
no, the one with table was a whole
That one
other
is
thing.
on this week.
They went up $1,400. Was that, and actually, if they split it up, our population went down, theirs went up, so that was a pretty hefty increase. I don't know if we can do anything but leave it there.
But if there's a change in the future, this will cease, this agreement will stop.
I think we need to run that to a meeting.
Yeah, the mayor.
Yeah,
didn't
we
want
do.
to
We
do that.
don't need to do that here. You can put it on the next meeting.
I don't have it. Do you have it, Randy?
All right, that sum that one up.
2,000 on court reporter, 2,000 on office equipment.
Yep. Next one, juvenile court, page 22. One thing I got on that one is the court reporter, the trend is 5862, I went 6,200 on that. Cut it from 65.
Which one?
Court
Court
reporter,
reporter.
62. Anybody got anything? You get that, Randy? Did the DA want to come? Page 25. Only question I got
Are you
is
surprised?
the telephone, the trend is 2786, that's on page 26. I put 3,000 down, I mean, I don't know what the deal is on that.
That's one of them that bounces around from year to year.
I think we need to bounce it down a little bit.
We can bounce it backwards, okay? It's attorney,
What you say?
3,000.
Okay.
I don't think it should be a problem with that at all.
I'll get to them, let them deal with it. Corner, you said he didn't want to come, right? Page 40.
40?
40.
Yeah, I'm still digging too.
I'm still digging.
All the junk stuff we got.
All that in the middle of it messes everything up.
I wish they took all that out last night, you know?
I took all that other stuff out.
Out. I don't blame you. I will tonight for sure. I promise you.
Well, we may get through a lot of it today.
Corner, I got it.
All right, the only thing I got is the very bottom vehicle and equipment.
I went 400.
I went 400 too. We've been doing this long enough, we agreed on it.
Yeah. Darn,
That's first for y'all
Yeah.
two on this. Y'all was $100 apart on
We
everything.
were.
yeah, but we're so balanced out with our, you know, it's sort of worked its way out, you know?
400, that's.
Vehicle equipment.
Equipment.
Travel, education.
On travel, I cut it back $1,500.
I cut it 16, now I'm 100 ahead of it.
All right.
That
On
one's swinging
travel?
now. Yeah.
16.
16.
I told you it worked its
16.
way out, Joe.
Okay.
What'd you get on education and training?
I went 600.
I went 700.
7.
Well,
Pendulum swinging, ain't it? General supplies and materials, what'd you go to?
I just got a question mark about that. I want to explain. I
200.
mean, it's body bags, I understand that, and we ain't spent but $28 for them?
Well, what it is was last year, he got a bunch donated to him from the hospital.
Okay.
but
You don't
he
get those
didn't
every
this
year. Yeah.
I put it 250,
250, I'll go with that.
Okay.
cut it, just
That's fine.
uniforms.
I went
Hadn't bought
200.
none, I went to 150. If he needs some, he can buy some this year and some next year. Y'all good with it?
Good.
150?
Yeah. On gasoline, diesel, I went 1,000.
That's exactly what I
Yep.
went with.
Yep.
You got them, Randy? All right, summer.
On the corner, we're going to change it. Excuse me, vehicle equipment, $400. Travel, $1,600. Education and training is $700. General supplies and materials, $250. Uniforms, we're going to purchase some this year, to $150. Gasoline to $1,000.
Right. That's it.
We can do the road
We
department,
can do
too.
road next.
What number?
46.
Number 46. Road,
God, I'm there already.
46.
Well, you just flipped it, it was
I
there.
flipped to it and it was there. I just reached and grabbed and flipped it, there it was.
My first change is on garbage pickup.
Hang on, I ain't got that yet.
We got to flip one page.
No,
No,
I
you gotta
didn't.
flip a
I
bunch
got
of 'em.
500 in
Now,
my
is that for the roll-off over there or the
No,
Pickup.
I think that's just for basically trash bags.
rip?
That roll-off's more expensive than
What
that.
you had before, I think, was you had a prison detail, so you had a prison.
You're right, we did.
So I imagine you probably had it picked up or.
I got 400 on it,
on what?
They had it back.
garbage pickup.
I just got a question mark on it.
Yep,
Of course, if we use the deputies now at the county, we're going to have that for trash bags and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
$400 buy a lot of trash bags, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, if they get out on the roads, they're gonna pick up a lot of trash.
We'll make them reuse them, Bill.
400? You gonna go
I
400?
got 400 now.
Garbage.
If we pick up 51, somebody might find it.
Now, what
Hey,
about our
that
scrap,
400, they'd use
tires?
$400
Wasn't a
bags
lot
out
of
there.
that from cleaning up at the barn? At 2,700, hauling them off? A lot of it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was stuff they picked up on the road.
Right, yep. Free,
What we found is a good solution.
All right, we got us, on this prison detail. What we did last year was, we ended up, correct me if I'm wrong, Randy, we transferred that amount to the sheriff's department, correct?
We never transferred, do we?
Prison detail?
Mm-hmm.
We do not transfer.
We have not we made plans to do that, but they have not, never got the certification in yet.
Okay.
That's what we were paying the state to come in here, right?
That's what she's paying the Georgia Department of Corrections.
Yeah, and they hadn't come at all.
Have they said when they're coming?
Certification or
Gonna get their certification?
Last thing I heard was you.
June?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to leave it in there, and if we end up getting the
Yeah.
prisoners from here.
And that's actually what we done last year.
is
Swap it over.
transfer
Right.
there.
Well, you got,
It just says prison detail, it don't say what prison.
you got to June 1st on this contract. here with the
Right.
state.
But we need to transfer that amount over there to pay for that
Right, right.
guard.
But listing it here in the budget, we still got it listed if we need it.
How does that work if it's like a state highway, like Highway 51? Does that come out of local budget, state budget?
No.
Well, up until recently, they would not let us pick up trash on state highway.
Nobody.
The state prisoners, if they were available, might be able to, but DOT covers that because they've got a contract.
Even Waste Management had a group that was picking up trash from there and they stopped them
They
also.
stop them because it's their state.
The
highway.
state would not allow it.
The state would not allow it.
Did that change? I mean, what is it now? Is it the same thing?
It's the same thing. But we're hoping that when the county gets their certification, they can start picking it up. And hopefully we can get refunded.
And that would enable the county, if the county gets certification, then they would be able to pick up trash, that would enable them to pick up trash on the state highway like that?
No, no, no.
County.
If they get certification, they'll be only able to pick up on county road unless the person who is getting certified thinks he can work it out where the DOT will let us pick up on 441 and 51. Now, that's a big if, okay?
The certification allows him to do a detail, to oversee his detail.
On a county road.
Just county, so regardless of matter, that's not.
Or on the road, as long as we get approval from the state, like
Yeah.
Sandy said.
And still up East 51.
That's state highway, so if we get approval by the state to pick it up, then we can pick it up.
It used to was if somebody adopted it, they could
They've
clean it
stopped all
up.
that.
They have stopped that
All
now.
the road adoption,
Yes, yes.
like somebody gonna get hit.
If it's a state
Well,
road,
they had some that got
It
hit. I
says-
think that's why it got stopped.
liability. Just like a lot of our Boy Scouts used to. Yeah. Yep. Can't do it now.
So does the state allocate, I'm assuming the state allocates a certain budget for all the state highways?
That's a question, you'll have to ask them, we're not privy to that information. All right, next, vehicle and equipment. Trends, 35,440, I put 3,600 in there.
36,000.
I mean, 36,000.
Mr. Chairman, on small engines, I went to $4,500. We run short on that every year, cause it always, storm comes up, we have to have something, you know?
I'm fine,
Yep. You say 4,000?
45.
45.
All right, let me ask you something on equipment lease and vehicle. With one of our side mowers down, as you said, what the engine replacement is, would we be looking at leasing a commercial with a side mower, or would we be looking
Know
at
that
something else?
Anybody's got them, I mean, trying to
Cat
look
or
at a place
somebody?
out of Florida that they make machines that are nothing but side arms.
Yeah.
Trying to see if we can get one up here to let the guys try it.
They are very low profile,
But now-
am I right?
This,
Right.
well, it's kinda, it's got more glass, you can
Right.
kinda see better.
Right. Yeah.
And it's made specifically in the weights and all, and I think that one is articulating all four wheels.
It, pivots a
articulates.
whole lot more, yeah.
It's
Okay.
built specifically for
Yeah,
sidearm.
built
Right.
Specifically for
Right.
sidearm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think those McCormick tractors are hardly heavy enough for them sidearm more. I mean,
Well, the other thing too
man,
is-
Yes, your
that-
hydraulics on your
Hydraulics
tractors
are
is
fine.
hooked in, moving back and forth, it overheats them so much.
Yeah,
I'm
hydraulic, we ain't had no problem with
Well,
it.
but the one we looked at actually had the hydraulics
Separate,
separate, and
Right.
it was a good idea, but the mower would not come in of the arm, they just didn't like the way the
Right.
arm
right.
moved.
Well,
So, but now, a lot of
that's
that
the
lease.
reason
that-
I
that
asked on
depends
that.
on- well, you get through
36,000.
this budget, it depends on what the roads and bridges, if it passes,
Right,
then
we
this
can take
lease
that
can
out.
come out of
Right.
that,
Right, I understand that.
but
Okay.
I had a question about that too. What all have we taken out of that?
Right now, this vehicle lease is strictly motor graders. And we're in negotiation now, we don't know the fleet, changing out the motor graders. It only
Well-
owns 2 motor graders.
I think that ought to come out of roads and bridges.
We could, we could.
I think we need to put up about 5,000 in it, just in case we have an emergency, have to lease something.
Right, something
Little
quick.
something for.
Right. Right.
You'll knock it to 5,000?
Yeah.
What did y'all knock on the,
Small equipment.
Equipment vehicle leases.
You said 2, 5,000, or knock it down 5,000?
5,000.
So you saying
65?
leaving equipment and lease
2,500.
at 36?
Yeah.
Or
Pay
5.
that out of.
5,000, just
Roads
put
and
it
bridges.
at
$5,000.
Randy, is anything coming out of it now?
motor graders.
Motor graders.
How much
But
is
we
it?
need, well, it's 69.6.
So in other words, come July 1st, it's going to be roads and bridges.
Right,
Period.
right.
But we'll leave 5,000 in there just in case.
We don't know exactly what's going to be right now.
Right.
Right,
Pretty close to something.
right.
But we'll leave 5,000 in there in case we have some kind of emergency, have to lease something for a day or two or a week or something like that.
There's always
Yeah.
something that comes up.
That's all I got on that page. Y'all good with that?
Good.
Next thing I got is, no, we ain't done yet.
Hey, go back to that page 4 on signs. I raised it to 5,000. It runs short every year or two. You believe we spent $11,000 for signs in 2020 and 2021?
All of them were stolen.
I know.
It's mainly road signs. Identifying
Yeah.
roads identified.
Right. That might,
Well,
Instead,
that might be,
this is actual names of roads, correct?
right. That's what this
What
is
we
here.
got the grant on was the like stop signs and curb signs and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so this is
Yeah,
the
this is
actual
actual.
road name sign.
Road
I'm
sign.
good with going 5. Everybody else good with 5?
Yeah, I am.
Energy, electricity. The trend's 21.9, I put 23.
good with that.
Gasoline and diesel. Trend's 36.4, I put 38. Everybody?
I'm good with
Road,
that. Road paving and maintenance.
Energy, electricity, because, you know, you can see it was running 27.7. And I'll double check it, because that includes the stops, the red lights up there and all the street lights down, the nights, the interstate. I just can't see that coming down, but anything should have gone up.
well, but
I know it, no,
I understand, but the trend's 36.4, 34.
no, I mean, the energy, electricity, That's what I was looking
The trend on the energy and electricity?
at. Energy, electricity, I don't know.
I got the trend 21,969.
The trend is 21,969.
I just don't know why it's running 21,000.
I have no idea either.
I'll kind of follow up on that.
We'll leave it 23 until you check on it.
I just can't see that.
Are y'all good with gas and diesel at 38?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, road paving
Maintenance.
maintenance, the trend is is 10,734, I put 11,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I see it.
all I got. You want-
So,
Nope, not in this one.
that's state highway again.
All right, Randy. Go to it.
$400.
Yep.
Vehicle equipment, 36,000. Small equipment, 4,500. Equipment vehicle leases, 5,000. Signs, 5,000. Energy, electricity, 23,000. Diesel, 38,000. Road paving, 11,000.
Gotcha.
Problem with it, and the problem with that is,
How about recycle? What?
You wanna leave that, you wanna leave that, prison retail in there this time.
right.
Right.
Yes.
For right now.
Charles, can we take 5? I need to make a phone call.
Yep. The next we'll do recyclable.
Hey, on the roads and paving, the 11,000, that can't be taken out of roads and bridges?
Well, but this usually includes just small patchwork here and there.
Just
Stuff
pick
that's
up
not on the-
spot and-
That's
yeah,
not on the
yeah,
list.
yeah.
When is the rock quarry up here gonna open up? Have you heard anything from them? Rock
All right, we're
quarry
gonna take
open?
about
5-10
a
minute
5-10 minute break.
Is recyclables coming or
About
not?
63, no, she ain't coming, we'll just knock it out.
Beautiful dreamer.
Our mic, it,
I've been cussing 2 or 3 times. This. Why they need us, just let them two. What ticks me off is some of these people don't come. I know it. Before you've been whining about they don't get this, get that, tell us what it is. That's right, they won't come. And then another thing that tears me up, Randy, the dadgum phone bills. Yes. Cell phone bills. It's atrocious, isn't it? It's too much. And then their travel. All this travel's gonna stop. Well, it's not on us. All the travel stopped on us, why shouldn't it stop on everybody else? But everything is offered online. We have to do ours online.
everything's offered online.
Why would they? You got all the.
But some of them sat there and said it's not online no more, and she said it is online.
What's it?
They could all do it online.
Doing training online and stuff, on all of the travel and stuff, Randy.
Well,
Me and you did ours online,
Yeah.
didn't we, Keith? Huh?
And it's like I was telling Sammy earlier,
See,
you got
they,
a lot of these departments, not us. They use it as a mini vacation to get paid to go to Jekyll, go to Savannah and places like that. And they get their
Well,
hotels
you're-
paid, they get their food paid, they get
are
everything.
we offline or
I ain't worried about if we are.
you still on me?
It don't matter to me no way. I mean, I'm just tired of this,
Oh, yeah.
them blowing money just 'cause they can. It's crazy.
Keith,
Do it on.
whenever I was on the board with education, I took one of my kids with me, and I went done my training and we left, the rest of them would stay through the weekend and all that. I stayed
Play golf and
I got there one day, I trained, spent one night, trained, and drove home. I got it done. But everybody else, they turned it into my.
Arlene needs to talk to you.
One back.
Well, you know, that, like, I can hear the trend. The part of sitting here is interesting. It has been like the cleaning stuff, I'm like, use vinegar. It's cheap, it covers all sources, it'll save hundreds of dollars. It cleans every surface.
and see, they did all that before,
Yeah.
you could do all that.
And then now they want to keep it. Yeah. I'd buy vinegar. I'd buy vinegar for something cleaning services. It's like buy vinegar, it's super cheap, cleans everything, you can put it on every surface and it's cheap. Buy them all. No, all I need, I'll stay like where it's dealt with. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, well, must be fine there. Alrighty. Must be sufficient for it.
Now,
I think Paul's supposed to come at 3:30.
Where is it? Something, man. You and Jim. Me?
Yeah, we need that.
Making us
Just heard that.
They're still live, they're still live.
Who? You did. Me and Danny, when? What they said? When? I don't know, when I just got a phone call. It was me and Keith having a conversation, wasn't it, Keith? Huh?
Well, they said you did.
No, he was me and Keith having a conversation.
Mr. Chairman,
And her.
the problem at the Park and Rec sewer, those pumps, Shane says they're not big enough. It won't go into a high enough speed to sling it into the sewer system. So, when they done that, He said it needed at least 1 horsepower, and he's gonna check and see what it's gonna cost us to put 1 horsepower back in there. So if they do anything on this other field, we need to make sure they put 1 horsepower pumps in that sewer system.
I'll talk to Casey Jones tomorrow.
That's some of that stuff that, they can pull and we don't ever know nothing about it till it's over with. And I told him to go ahead and order an air conditioning unit for the courthouse, cause it froze up again today. It's $4,500 plus $2,000 to get that guy to come help put it in.
What?
$4,200 plus $2,000 to help put it in. Get that guy to come help
Recyclables,
put it in.
it's, 4500,
All right, we'll get back.
45500.
While we're on recyclables, let's knock this out. It won't take just
What page?
2 minutes.
63.
The
I
only
said,
thing I have on that is general supplies. I knocked it down to 300.
hey, we agree on one.
Yeah.
There we go. Got that, Randy?
$300 in general supply.
Yep. Other than that, that's it for me. Y'all have anything?
Nope.
All right, Paul Ruart, appreciate you coming. Planning and zoning, page 80.
Appreciate being here, John. Thank you.
Too many pages
Legal
to pour
fees,
through
although
here.
we hadn't used but 325, I left 1,000 in there because your full was 1,700. We never know what all. Page 80. Oh, he missed that. Y'all have anything else on that page?
I don't.
Which one did you do?
You didn't change anything, or you did?
I did.
Oh.
No, we did not.
Okay.
That's a 1,000. All right, animal control. Of course, that's always shot in the dark. Trend is 545.
I went with $1,000.
I did too.
What I got?
Darn,
Good gracious.
3 in a row.
In the tray over there.
That's scary.
That's very scary.
We might need to take another break in a minute.
Uniforms, I went down to, there ain't nothing spent. I went down to 200. If you need something, you might want to buy this year.
Well, that's why we'll finish up this year's thing, and I'll have a thing last week, probably the next couple of years.
Okay.
I don't see anything other than a badge or something like that, a jacket, maybe, something,
Mr. Chairman,
Uh-huh.
back to education training, I went to 800 on that. So we ain't spent nothing this year and 350 last year.
You gotta get some certifications
I do.
this year.
The last 2 years have been COVID hit, and they haven't been having the classes, and they brought them back. Now, last September, I was sick with COVID, so I didn't hit that class. This March, I was, down to one person in the shop, and I wasn't able to get that one. So, once I start getting back on them, the money's gonna have to be there for those recertifications to come out.
So is it live only, or is it offered online research?
What I found out is if I do it, online, it takes more time away from my job than going down and doing it that one time a year. Meaning that it takes more time for me to do the planning around. I'll be out of the office more times than the 3 days that I take it at these conferences when they provide them, than the university will provide. The university provides them split up over a long period of time, and it just takes me away from the office more time when I try to do it as the courses become available. It actually costs more money to do it the more time during the year, because they charge more for the single courses than they do collectively as a group.
That's done down at Athens, right? University?
They do 3 different places, done in Athens, do it at Marriott on River Street, and do it at Young Harris. Those 3 locations that they have the conferences. And the conferences are a little more expensive than they have been over the last 2 years, as everything has gone up.
But these are live classes. You can't do
Yes.
them online. Yeah.
These are instructors teaching the classes, up to the latest and greatest with the law updates and the code updates, any changes to any of the things that come across. I do get them down through the university website, because they'll send me the updates that they've had with what the laws have changed, but it doesn't do anything for the hands-on effect that you get when an instructor, explains everything to you. Because there's a lot of gray area in those codes that if we don't work our ways through them, the case laws that come out from these previous cases when the laws change.
So you ahead at the one at the university or at Young Harris or where, probably?
The same classes are taught at all three locations. So depending on, I register for the class in the fall of the year. I'll take 3 of the courses that I have to do. And in the spring, I'll take the other 3. Because there's not only code enforcement, it's zoning officers got to be in there too. And then out of that, it's not just GACI, it's GAZA too. It's Georgia Association for Code Enforcement and the Georgia Association for Zoning Officers. So there's really 2 courses that we're getting out of this updates that's required by that office every year. And I haven't done them in the last 3 classes, so I gotta get caught up. I just have run down to about the last 20 hours of training that I've got to get recurring on. So by this fall, I'll have to have that other class, just to get my hours back. I've worked enough at it so we have enough hours called forward to last me for 3 classes. That's about the extent of how long your certification can go before you have to have retraining. That makes sense? I mean, about every year you have to be retrained on several aspects of it, especially from the law side with the code enforcement and the zoning laws. As quickly as we're updating them and changing them, the state's doing a lot of changing also to try and facilitate a lot of things that we don't normally see every day.
Another thing too, really need to look at, try to get some numbers, find out, sending the planning board the training.
Do the classes.
Yeah,
Because
that-
they need to have some training too.
I think we've got 3 new ones that have come on board since that time. that need to-
I don't even think you got one yet that's had training. have you?
You don't have a member one that,
Mathis, I
Brian has
think, is the
had
only one.
And I think Taylor went to the same one. I think they got them at the same time. Okay, but the other, and Jay, no, it was Brian and Jay. I'd have to look at it, you haven't seen it.
Jay been on there longer.
I know, he's had the training. So I know
Jay been
there's
there
2
longer than
that
Brian
had
has.
3.
They have,
Jay,
yeah. They've been there longer than Brian has.
well, look that up
I will.
and get
I'll
us some
get back with
figures
you.
so we can
We'll
put
figure out
that in.
that too. All right. Planning class. All right.
Gasoline and diesel, trend is 2,088, I put 2,200. Get the same thing, Sam?
Yeah, I got the same thing.
All right, Randy, you want to recap?
Got animal control $1,000, uniforms $200, and gasoline $2,200.
And you're gonna check on training. You good with that?
Yeah. Hey, we wanna do maintenance while we're this far down.
Let's see if Paul's got anything, you got anything else you wanna
Does he need to do building inspection?
do? What?
Does he need to do building inspection? Who's doing that?
We ain't got building inspection.
Well, I think we included our inspections in with our,
Oh, okay.
It's
Gotcha.
on there already.
Gotcha.
It's,
so professional fee.
professional fees.
Hopefully it's gonna be less. I've seen the trend over the last month. I'm sure the chairman has probably already informed y'all that last month I got 57 new permits, and right now we're sitting at about 18 to 20 new permits for this month. So if it continues, then we probably won't see the effects of it till after June or July, once all the new permits we got issued and then got their inspections done for that. But if it continues to trend down, then we'll take a look at what we're costing on our inspector side of the house also. I have had an uptick in soil and erosion complaints because people are paying attention to them. So a dual side of that is not just the inspections for the houses that they're inspecting, but soil and erosion, getting inspections on them too. And they're costing some time. I'm sure y'all have probably seen the prices of averaging out about $8,500 a month for the inspection on the homes and about $3,500 a month on an average for the soil and erosion. Now, we just started another big project, the Project Elephant, the seal it, which is Pack Light. They started, they broke ground down there and they're starting to make an addition to us. They asked me about changing the road name, and I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that. Has anybody approached you about changing it to PLI? Okay, it was a
They want to
suggestion.
start getting away from naming a particular business, because then they'll end up selling it.
So
and
it'd
then
be
it
Carrie,
doesn't apply.
Diane, I'll go to Carrie. All right,
We got Diane and that's Carrie, and so.
Well, it was just in
Come
a,
up with a particular road name if that's what we're
I
going to do.
believe the development authority had it in there when they sold it, that was a question they wanted us to ask us to change the road to PLS or PLI. Pack Light Incorporated to PLI Drive. I just thought I'd mention it, because next thing you're gonna do is call you when I tell them no, that we're not gonna change it.
Well, they'll have to submit it, and then the
They can vote on it.
commissioners will have to, when they roll out, to have 3 options, and then
Okay,
the board of commissioners decide what name we want to.
change it to, if you wanna change it, that's what.
Paul, I just have one question, just for my information. What's the status of the fella in front of Tyler Maney's out there with those trees? Has he planted all those trees? What's the, have they
I'll
done
have to go
all?
by and take a look. I haven't been up that part of the world in the last three and a half weeks. There was some trees that was planted out there, but how they've grown up and what it looks like, I thought he planted some beside his building. About 3 weeks ago, I went by there, and there's one car sitting out at the end of it out there, and then the truck and stuff around back.
Would you check on that and let me know about those trees that were supposed to be planted and see what the status
There
of
was
that
just
is?
3,
now?
right?
Sir,
It was just 3, right? Trees?
just 3 trees, I think that's what it was.
There's 3 trees been planted, I seen it today, come by.
Okay.
I'd like to-
They're about yay high,
I didn't
and
know
the rest
that.
of them is pretty good size.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know, I didn't remember that it was 3 trees. I knew they had to be so many feet apart.
About 20 feet apart. something
Yeah,
like that.
something, but I didn't know how many it was.
They get a big diameter on those trees when they grow up.
Well, I was just wondering, I'd like to know.
Okay, I'll be glad to check on it.
Right, and check on that and let me know.
Anything else, gentlemen?
I'm good. Y'all good?
I'm good.
I did have one question. You didn't question on the tires and all. I know we've got like $250 in there for tires. That won't buy 7 tires. We want to start off maybe buying 2 at a time, or do we want to buy 7 at a time?
You gonna have to have tires this year?
Like the back ones will wear, or the,
They are.
one of the others will wear
Okay.
more.
Well, 250 won't quite get 2 tires now. If, we look at it, I'll shop around and see what I can get for that. Because I guess we made one mistake.
Well, we got $300 in there.
Yes, sir. So buy 2 now and then.
Well, you said 250 won't buy 2 tires, but we got $300 in there.
Yeah.
$200 about 2 tires.
Well, yeah.
No,
Won't buy 7 on my truck, but it will buy 2 tires.
Sure,
I get that.
300 will buy 2 tires.
it ain't, we'll get you a moped.
Sir,
I said, if we can't get 2 tires for $300, we'll get you a moped. There you go.
What are the, just update us too on the status of the animal situation. What are we doing, where are we going with them, or?
in the county, I think for the most part, the county has come up to the idea is that in order for us to have animal control, people that have animals have to control their animals. And that's what it boils down to. If they take charge and keep control of their animals on their property is one thing, but we don't have it written in our code that the animal has to stay on their property. It is written in the code to say that you're allowed to have 4 adult animals roaming freely on your property.
What does that happen to strays and all animals that are put out? How does that affect that?
If an animal becomes a stray, or is a stray and is put out, then he's left to Mother Nature's discretion of what's gonna happen to him. because I don't have anywhere to take any animals, or rehome them is the best thing to do with them, and that's what the general public has come to the grips with. That's what they're doing. They'll put the animal on social media to see if it's got an owner. If it doesn't, then if someone comes up and wants it, then they'll get together and the stray animal becomes an owner of the animal that takes the picture, for lack of a better phrase. They'll acquire the animal even if they feed him or not, and then they'll get the animal a good home. That's about the limits of what animal control in Banks County can be. For right now, until we have a facility to, operate and man it, it's a costly endeavor.
Do you have anywhere now that you're taking the ones that you do
I
have?
have an emergency situation with Commerce Vet, that if I have an animal, for an example, that bites somebody and he's a stray, I'll confiscate the animal and take him to the animals hospital. They'll quarantine him for 10 days, at which time we'll make a decision of what the disposition of the animal needs to be.
But that's not just any
That's not-
stray that's on the road.
If I pick up a stray just because it belongs to somebody, and if the animal hospital gets it, then he's treated as a stray, and that 10-day quarantine period from biting, then we'll probably wind up with a bad outcome for the animal. Okay? Because anybody, if an animal bites somebody, we quarantine him and then classify him as a dangerous dog, and you can't give a dangerous dog to anybody. So the unfortunate side effect of that, euthanization. And then that runs into $25 a day for the 10 days, and then about another $160, $180 to euthanize and dispose. So we're looking about, what was that, about $360, something like that, was the last one paid for to dispose of. Now, there is a few rescue shelters that are out there. I have one, Southern, I can't remember the last name now. One, out of the last 3 years, has come out and picked up about 4 puppies and took care of those. So there are some shelters out there that still love, but they are few and far between. We don't have enough support anywhere to, the shelters are made to operate by strict guidelines. When you do that, people just refuse to put the guidelines in place at their house. Anything else, gentlemen? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, next is maintenance on page 83. The only thing I've got, more question than anything, is vehicle and equipment. The trend is $2,552 for that $1,500. That's gonna cover $1,500.
I think so. It was I forget what happened to that truck. If you know it, that thing rattled ever since it's new, so,
All the way up and down.
yeah.
The next page, anybody got anything on that other page?
Only thing I got is the engine gasoline. I went 4,500.
That's exactly what I put, 4,500, it's trans $4,058.
Yep. We get hotel motel?
Well, let's recap that.
Oh, okay.
You get that, Randy,
The
yeah?
only changes you have on maintenance is just gas and diesel.
All right, page 86. Hotel motel. You'll notice we actually went up, from 312,200 to 362. That's one of those things where, our revenue is going up, and if the revenue goes up,
I climbed too.
the Chamber of Commerce and the CDB, since they have to get their cut out of it, then it goes up likewise. Well, the Chamber of CDB does.
So that's actually good.
That's a good
Oh, yeah.
thing when it goes up.
That number goes up, that means ours went up too.
Do I now?
I said, when their number goes up, ours did too.
Yep. I think the next thing we'll go to is 77, which is historic maintenance buildings.
What was that number again? I'm sorry.
77. I put 7,200 on there.
I'm live with that.
The trend 7281. Y'all good with 7,200?
Yep.
You got it?
7,200, that just includes, water, power, water system, things of that nature.
I would think, well, it was 9,100 and
That's the year we done all the painting and everything.
Put a lot of work in.
and then we're just asking 81, so I,
It is, I don't even want to look at
how's the elevator in there? Is the elevator?
But when we went with that other company, it sure
It's
did.
doing
get
everything
the
good?
elevator down. Next will be natural resources,
7,200.
78. It is what it is, because they set it by population. $89.38. Next, you said that we could go ahead and do the library, correct?
That's correct, it didn't change.
All right, library, she basically kept it the exact same thing. So there's not a whole lot. Anything on that.
The health department coming?
Health department didn't want to come, did they?
They did not want to come, they left their budget the same.
64.
64.
All right, that's another building that's gonna have to have 3 units replaced on our district. And Randy Kenny said we could check the paperwork on the last one we put in. To come up with that. But you're looking at 3 units in the neighborhood of $4,200 a piece. But I think we just need to take them out of the capital when they come about anyway, don't you?
Well, I don't want to do all 3 of them at one time. They're still running, aren't they?
2 of them are. One of them comes and goes. It's got 2 big ones and one, we done replaced one, and it's got 2 more, it's just like the one we're replacing, it's got 1 small one for the offices and things. The one for the offices comes and goes.
Well, that's the one we need to replace first, and then come and go,
So,
and run the
But-
other one.
so we ain't gonna make no changes to that at all, right?
let's do it on capital.
No, we didn't ask for anything.
Mental health either.
No, mental health, no. When's the election coming tomorrow?
Yes.
About all we can do, ain't it?
I think that's gonna wrap us up. Tim said he was coming. Both judges said they were coming, sheriff, fire. 911. No, I think fire, sheriff comes when?
Extension service is going to be first.
Yeah, they're coming tomorrow, and then judges Wednesday.
Extension service and mapping will be first thing, because it won't take that long. Then you got fire department, sheriff's department, the senior center, and transit.
That's tomorrow.
Well, she's gonna go over the 2, the capital items. Anything else, y'all?
Water
Water will be Thursday.
Is fire gonna do 911?
I'll be back till Thursday.
Fire gonna do 911 while they're here?
Oh, yeah. Cause they
Okay.
are one. Nothing else, we will adjourn.
Randy, have you got another copy of that sheriff's budget? You give me one the other day, I don't know what in the world I done with it.
Talking about the whole budget or just?
Yeah, the whole budget. That's what I was looking for, Keith.
I got